Meanwhile, on the street with other Maglo, make an animal handling check, please, Siraye. You're muted.
Yes, I am. Thank goodness. I got 17. Come on, Maglo. And I flip the reins. Like, yeah.
Okay, so you crack the reins, and Maglo kind of gives you a sidelong view, and then decides, okay, fine, and starts running.
Oh wait, hold up.
And you're now darting through the streets of Waterdeep.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna try and slow.
I mean,
down.
he's going the way you want. You're just going very quickly.
I'm gonna try and slow him down.
Okay, go ahead and make another animal handling check, please. You're on the high road and it's very crowded. So while you're still controlling everything, it is a little harrowing.
5.
Yeah, he stops, and then you start again. Everyone in the back of the cart, the cart has started and stopped a number of times now, at very, very rough speeds. Like, Harold has gotten off of your head, Hawke, because this cart keeps jerking back and forth.
Hawke's trying to cover up the fact that he's no longer... He's like trying hard. He's like stabbing his eyes in. Oh, wow, good.
Can I talk to Hawke?
What's up? Wow, those were rough allergies. Good thing I'm all better now.
I'm glad you're all better.
Yep.
What's going through your head right now about the allergies? Because you, to my knowledge, you chose these allergies. Were you not fully aware of the source of these allergies? Like, did you not fully understand you might have to take medication because of the bad side effects of your chicken allergy?
Well, I was in a bad place and a bad time when I chose to have allergies. And at the time, I thought having allergies was going to be a good thing, because I thought that there was something that I could help with the allergies, but now, in hindsight, I realize not really, but also it's kind of too late. And also, I have a lot of questions about the side effects and origins of my allergies that have been answered, but also have now been raised, and like...
Okay, well...
Allergies can help people.
Okay, well, I can't guarantee that I'll be able to cure your allergies, but I can promise that if I get sneezed on, or if you cough at an awkward time, or if your face blows up like a balloon, or anything bad that happens because of these allergies, that I'll still be here.
Thank you, Doddle.
You're welcome.
Yeah, there's a lot. Hey, Doddle, you, speaking of my allergies, you had a, bad, allergy yourself. How long ago was that, by chance? Because, boy howdy, these allergies sure kind of mess with my head, and I don't fully remember how long it's been.
Seems like forever ago, but how long have we been in Waterdeep? Like...
You've only been in Waterdeep for a few weeks.
Fucking hell.
Holy crap. It's
yeah.
been a long year.
Probably just been like 2 months, but I think I've adjusted rather well, not because it's an appropriate response, but because it's the most convenient one, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Just kind of putting
fine.
a timeline together. Yeah, we're both fine. It's cool.
No, I'm actually fine.
I know you're fine, Doddle, and we will be fine together.
Siraye, you're approaching now the Court of Stars. Maglo has resumed a somewhat regular pace, but overall the draft horse is endlessly frustrating.
Come on, Maglo horse. We're almost there. I'm gonna try and keep my cool and my strong demeanor. Well,
I just kind
Handle
of
it.
peek my head up from the tarp. Siraye, do you want some help?
no, it's fine. This horse will listen to me eventually.
Do you want me to help you in calming down the horse and listening? I don't know. Like, I can help.
Sure, help.
Okay. All right. Hawke is gonna like crawl out from the tarp, sit next to Siraye, and go. Okay. How should I talk to Maglo? Oi, bud. You doing okay there, champ? Go get there.
You don't think that's gonna
Your smart
annoy it?
fucking horse.
Make an animal handling check, please.
I don't know. I'm just speaking Hawke to Hawke. Sorry, I'm speaking Maglo to Maglo. That's a 6.
Fuck this horse.
Maglo doesn't seem to care. Yeah, I mean, you're going. It's just really kind of like stop, start. You've got to really maneuver him. He constantly wants to wander off. Where you're at the Court of Stars now, and the corridors here are fairly small roads. So it's not like the King's Way that you would come in on, which is a
Right.
very large, open main thoroughfare. These are tight quarters, and now there are merchant carts all the way down, and Maglo tries to like eat some apples off of a cart.
No, and I'm gonna try and pull the reins to get his.
Yeah, he's got a bit in, so it's not really working out well for him anyway.
I'm so sorry, sir. As we pass, and I tell to the merchant, like,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm not very good with animals. I apologize.
They laugh at you as you just continue on.
Oh, Siraye, I have an idea. Hey,
What?
why are those apples a stick and a string?
You pull up to Rosie's shop, which is on the outside of it is a sign made out of wood that's been brightly painted. The tarp is bright. All of the colors of the fabric kind of glow from the inside. There are a myriad of bottles and little beakers that are filled with glowing fluid of various different colors. Lots of magical properties are causing the tent to kind of glow and sparkle from the inside. And standing on the outside, you see the glowering form of the half-orc Goliath, Bone Splitter.
I guess we're just gonna pull up to the front,
Yeah.
and all right, we're here, everyone. Hello, Bone Splitter. Do
Peek
you
out
think
from under the cloth.
you could help us? We have some goods for Rosie in the back.
Bone Splitter walks to the back of the cart and picks up the trunk with one arm and puts it over his shoulder and walks it into the tent.
Thank you. And then I'm gonna hook the horse up to whatever the closest horse hooking up thing.
Yeah, there's a there's a hitching post, and
Thank you.
yeah, you find one that's fairly close by.
Can I follow Bone Splitter in?
Yeah, you can.
Okay,
So-
Susan's inside. Hello, Bone Splitter. How has your time been since we've been apart? That's very good to hear. Is Rosie around? May I say hello?
He puts this enormous trunk down on the side of the shop and then points to the back room, from which the tent flaps open, but you don't see anybody from the other side of the counter, and this little tuft of pink hair kind of moves through. Hi everybody. I'm really glad you're here. It's really good to see everybody. I hope you're doing well. It took a little while for you to get here, and I was expecting you a little bit sooner than this, but I know you can't always complain. When friends arrive, you have to be ready to serve tea and have good conversation and talk about things and talk about how things are going and what you're doing today and how everything is changing and if things are okay, because I know that you were having some problems last time. Hawke, your skin is changing colors. That's an absolutely fascinating situation, given that the potion was supposed to be more stable than that. And Doddle, your skin hasn't changed at all, which is also strange, because it should change into some sort of color if it's working properly. I certainly hope it is. The only reason that it wouldn't do that is if there was some kind of reason that you wouldn't be able to accept the magical properties of the potion, but I'm sure that there's nothing that could be causing
Rosee,
that.
I'm so sorry. May I interrupt you there? So are you saying that, like, my skin's just not changing or the potion is not working at all? Because that's something I think I need to know immediately.
I think it's something that we should really investigate, because it's really important, and I don't really know yet, but we're going to take a look at it. We'll make sure that everything's good, and we'll be fine.
Please do that
Siraye.
immediately.
Best friend, it's
If
great
you
to
don't
see you,
mind.
Siraye. Yes, absolutely, we can do that right now.
so good to see you as well.
It's really good to see all of you. Have you had some tea? I have some cakes here. I have some little cakes with different colors.
Yeah, no,
we
we
have
have
some
it,
letters
Rosee.
for
Can we
you.
can we go into the back room and have tea, and then can you check on Doddle?
There's pink, and there's green, and there's blue, and then there's this other one with sparkles on it, and the little cakes are sometimes a little bit sweet, but I think that you'll find that it's quite nice with the right kind of tea, because it's going to have a good
Great.
balance on it.
Great,
And
Rosee, we'll
Rosee,
take all
we-
of them.
We'll take all of them, and we have some letters for you. So after you're able to find out about Doll's thing, we can give you the letters.
No, I've already received the letters. We made the agreement, and of course you're going to follow through, because we pinky swore on it, and you wouldn't lie to me, and you wouldn't make sure that you wouldn't send the letters. Once you sent the letters, I would know about it, because I gave you the magical box, and in the magical box you'd send the letters, and they would arrive to me through the tube, and I already showed you all that. So of course you know that already.
Oh.
So she continues on, and she's like at a clip, continuing to talk as she has motions like while this is all going on, she's mixing potions together, and she points with her thumb to the box. Bone Splitter picks it up, and then all of you go into the back room. While as she's mixing, she grabs a tray of cakes and tea and sets it on her head and walks into the other room, still mixing some potions. Here, try this one, try this one, try this one. No, wait, don't try that one. And she takes the vial that she put into your hand, Doddle, and hands a different vial to you.
All right. Once I have a vial in my hand for like more than 5 seconds, I'm gonna just drink that one.
It takes like 2 more vials, but after that, you do seem to have a vial for about 5 seconds.
Okay. Here, glug glug glug.
Okay, make a Constitution save, please.
What? What? That's 11.
Okay, so you drink it and you feel nothing.
Was I supposed to feel something, Rosee?
Yeah, that's kind of strange. You should have been really, you should have started laughing. It's a spell called Hideous Laughter, and it should have caused you to laugh, and it would have been really funny, but it didn't work, and I'm not sure why it didn't work, because you should have all of the capabilities to be able to be affected by my alchemy. But yet, for some reason, it seems to be not working, which is really bad, because if that means that my other spells aren't working, then that means that that spell, the most important spell, isn't working.
Rosee, are you making your potions for goblins specifically?
I'm making all more of a variety of different potions that should affect any kind of race, because, by the way, it doesn't always really matter. The physiology, of course, is different, as MacLeod would probably tell you if he were here, which he's not. Where's MacLeod? How is he doing? Is Juniper with you? I do like Juniper. She seems very nice. Although she seemed a little harried after her whole escape from prison and all that. I know that it's been a really long week for all of you, so I'm wondering if there's anything else that I could do to help you.
I just want to get this problem fixed because I maybe never should have left the crypt. But yes, Juniper is very nice, and so is Maglo, and they're very safe underneath the crypt right now.
Tell me more about what they're doing and how they're doing and what they're eating and if they're being healthy, if they've found themselves any new friends. They didn't find any better friends than me, did they?
Oh no, not so far. I don't believe.
Because I haven't received any letters from Juniper or Maglo, and I'm just starting to wonder if they're going to send one today, because we did make a deal and it was a pinky swear, and I would hate for
I'm
that
gonna
pinky swear not to work.
I'm gonna take the box out of my bag, and I'm like, no, the only reason they haven't sent their letters yet, Rosee, is because I have the means of transportation at the minute.
I understand. Okay, it's fine. When the time comes, you'll be able to make sure that they send their letters. I'm sure they've already written them. They probably even written the letters that they were going to send tomorrow, too, and the day after that, and the day after that.
Rosee, is that protection ward still on your tent at the minute?
It is, of course it is. I'm not an amateur here. You've seen what the work that I do, and it's a very good. I'm very good at what I do, and my eyes are bright, and my hair is very pink, and it's very strong, and I understand that everything is going to be okay because right now there are protective wards underneath my tent, and I'm not going to allow somebody to be able to scry in here without my permission. And it doesn't matter, however, it's affecting you or not affecting you. You should be careful though, because if your skin's not changing color like Hawke here, then there's definitely something happening with the concoction that I'm creating, and so therefore we need to do a little more investigation to make sure that it's actually working.
All right, well,
Wait.
tell me how I can aid you in any way.
So she's still talking at a clip, and she goes through, and she opens up the trunk and starts pulling components out, and she's looking at things, and she's writing things, and she's saying things to Bone Splitter and holding a conversation with you at the same time. So it's very confusing as she starts running through all of these things at a mile a minute. The gist of what she tells you is that she needs you to try a number of different potions that she's going to mix up, but that the long-term effect may take a little more time, because if making short-term potions isn't working, that she may need to spend more time on the potion to try to strengthen the efficacy of the potion so that it has more of an effect.
Okay.
While this is going on, Hawke is going to quietly kind of open himself up and use his divine sense to see if there's anything being affected by celestial, undead, or fiendish properties, specifically like focusing on Doddle.
There's nothing undead, celestial, or fiendish that is affecting Doddle.
Hey, Doddle, you know, if magic isn't affecting you the way that it would affect other people, do you think that the tracking spell that's affecting me might also not be affecting you? So, what I'm saying is, so the potions that we've been using so far twice have been made to, like, basically replicate spell effects. Hypothetically speaking, if a spell can't affect you in that way...
I like the way you're thinking. That's a fascinating theory, because in fact, if you are somehow not able to be affected by certain types of magic, then perhaps the magic that you're afraid of being affected by isn't really affecting you at all, which means that there wouldn't be a need for a potion in the first place. But there's only one way to know for sure. Keep testing. Let's keep drinking these things. And she keeps like mixing stuff up, and you drink another potion. Or do you drink another potion?
Yeah, I just drink whatever she hands to me. I'm gonna be honest, Hawke. I thought I wasn't getting the side effects because Rosee liked me better.
Oh, that hurts, but it would track.
Yeah.
Well, it's true that she did try on different outfits that I offered, and you were a little more hesitant about it, and you don't seem to be very happy about the color blue or pink or anything else that I've offered up. It might be true that I do have a certain affinity for Doddle, but it's not because I don't like you more or less. I like you in different ways. But I like both of you very much, and you're both my best friends, and we did a pinky swear, and I, of course, am going to fix this problem one way or another, and we're going to make this all right. And she continues to mix stuff. And you take a drink of a potion, and immediately your appearance changes, Doddle, and you look like Rosee. Wow, you look great! Absolutely wonderful. Well, that's good. That's interesting, because that's an illusion spell. That'll wear off in just a couple of minutes, but it doesn't directly affect you. It more affects the area around you, but it did transfer itself through you, so therefore certain types of magic do work with you. Have you ever used illusion spells?
Probably. I think I have a couple.
Siraye, where did you get all these things? These things are very interesting. These are components that are very rare and very magical and very expensive. This is all at least 3 or 4 months of hard searching that I'd have to do to try to find these things, and I wouldn't be able to find them easily, and I'd have to go to the docks, and I'd have to find an underworld contact, and it's probably going to be illegal because a lot of it was shipped from all over the place. There's stuff here that you could only get across the seas.
We got it from a very bad person, and we took it because we didn't want them to have it.
That's excellent. Now I can use all these components and make sure that they go to the places that they need to, and I can mark up the prices and make a small fortune. What were you asking for? I'll give you half.
Of what?
Half of what you're asking.
No.
It's a tough market right now. I gotta understand that first and foremost, right now, what's happening in this industry.
Rosee, I know
You
for
just
a
told me that these
fact.
were stolen goods, and I can't just sell stolen goods. Of course, somebody's
Rosee.
gonna be looking for it. There's a certain price that
Rosee.
comes with selling at least goods.
Rosee, I know for a fact that these are worth 100,000 dragon marks.
they're worth 100,000 dragon marks easily. I think they might be worth a little bit more. Just looking at everything here and calculating my expenses and the costs.
So you were not giving me half. You were giving me the full 100,000 dragon marks.
I think 50,000 dragon marks is a small fortune, and I think it would be a lot of money that you could use elsewhere. And in fact, I'm not even sure that I have that much money, so maybe I'll have to offer you 35,000.
And I close the box on her hand. I'll just take these somewhere else.
She pulls back. That's not a very best friend kind of thing to do. And by the way, I think that we need to have a conversation about your
You're
letters.
right.
They seem to be
It
lacking
isn't very-
recently.
You know, you're right, Rosie. It's not a very good best friend thing to do. But you know what else isn't a very good best friend thing to do? Swindling your best friend on the money that they worked hard for.
It's not swindling, it's a free market, and I'm telling you right now how hard it's going to be to sell any of these things or to make a profit off of them because they're all stolen goods and they're all illicit and they're all very powerful and they're all very rare. I can't easily
Fine.
sell any of this.
Okay. Hey, guys, how about we come to some sort of compromise? Because that's what best friends do, right?
Also, I would like to point out, Siraye, Rosie did save your life.
I'd like to point that out too, as a matter of fact. I'd also like to point out what Doddle just pointed out, and I'd point it out again one more time, just so that you know that you also pinky swore.
Yeah, how about...
I pinky swore to write you letters. I didn't pinky swear to give you half off of my findings.
I think, Siraye, it is very fair that, yes, more than 50% is warranted. We should, however, give a best friend discount.
Someone died because of this chest. She doesn't
know.
laugh. I'm just laughing.
So now you're saying that there's blood on the chest, and I can't actually
No,
deal with
it's
it even
not
more. It
that.
should be
It's
less
that-
than 50%.
No. Someone sacrificed their
friend.
life to get this chest out of those bad people's hands.
I'll
We
give you
lost
I'll
a
give you
good-
70,000 gold dragon marks, and you're gonna have to take half now, and you're gonna have to take half later because I can't pull all that money together all at once. I don't have it just sitting around. I'm not that liquid.
80,000.
75,
80,000.
75,
I think-
76,
80,000.
76, 75, 76, 75, 75, and 3 more letters.
How
80,000.
75 and 3 more letters.
I lean into Siraye. How about 78 and 3 more letters?
How is me writing 3 more letters?
They have to be from you. I don't want letters from anybody else because Doddle writes very, very, very good letters, and I can reread them over and over and over again, and they're delightful, and they're well written, and they're
thank
very
you.
heartfelt, and I very much like them, and I appreciate them. And sometimes I get letters from people who are just like, it feels like they're kind of phoning it, or not
Well,
phoning
how about this? How about this? 3 more letters from me at 80,000.
it. Deal. And she holds out her pinky to both you and Siraye. But you have to take half of it. 40,000 now and 40,000 later. I can't do it all at once.
I look at Siraye before grabbing the pinky.
Fine.
Okay.
And I pinky swear.
You pinky swear as well. Having made an arrangement with Rosie, you have sold your chest of magical rare components for 80,000 gold dragon marks, which is an enormous fortune. 40,000 of it is produced in a small chest, about a quarter of the size of the chest that you've been lugging around. But there are stacks of little hourglass-shaped gold pieces and a few crescent moon platinum pieces. So yeah, you have, because some of it is higher denomination so that it's not overwhelming, but it's just gold and platinum.
Cool.
And do you count it?
I'm not gonna fully count it because I do trust Rosie, but I'm gonna like open one of the little bags and like just inspect it to make sure it's like metal and like, you know.
And Nox, just for context here, how much on average would you say you could like rent an apartment in Waterdeep, like the cheapest
Like,
1 bedroom?
The cheapest 1 bedroom would be like 6 silver for a week.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A gold.
Yeah, you
is a
can
lot.
buy a mansion.
No, we can fully buy mansions. for this.
We could retire for the rest of our lives.
We can literally build a castle with this money.
I mean,
Yeah.
Holy shit.
now you're getting a little out there, but you could certainly
yeah, dude.
build a small keep. You could. This is a lot of money.
We're sitting
my
on a lot of
God.
cash. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's why both Mags and I were like, we are taking this chest.
A hot meal.
I only-
Yeah, like a hot meal and a cup of ale would be probably about 6 copper pieces. And there are 10 copper pieces to every silver piece, and then 10 silver pieces to every gold piece, and then 10 gold pieces to every platinum piece.
Holy cow.
And the gold in Waterdeep is called a dragon mark.
We have some. They're really cool. We also have the platinums. They're really cool too. They're like actually crescent moon, like.
That's so dope.
And they're like they fit in your hand. It's really cool.
Oh my god, I used a whole other kind of currency before and I just wasn't sure of the exchange rate. That is so much money and so way worth more than 3 letters. Thank you so much, Rosee, for this generous offer.
So you look over it, Siraye, and just make an intelligence check for me.
Me?
Yeah.
Is intelligence the one I'm not good at? Yep. Yep, it is. Yep, and it's -1, so it's 8.
Well, it looks like the right amount of money to you. You don't know for sure, but it looks like the right amount of money.
Okay.
You, Doddle, are unfamiliar with this currency, so I cannot have you make the same intelligence check because this is new to you. Hawke, you can make an intelligence check if you want.
Hawke doesn't really care that much about money.
Yeah, fair.
But if somebody asks him, he will, but otherwise
it looks right. It's a chest full of coins. Like, you feel that without counting it, you feel like it's probably close to what she's said she would give you. And you trust Rosee. I'm just being clear. That's how you find out.
Yeah.
All right. So as you're exchanging all of this, the money shifts hands. The illusion wears off, and you no longer look like Rosee, Doddle.
What was different with that spell than the other ones, Rosee?
Like I said before, it's the type of magic that I use because that's an illusion spell, and illusion spells are a little bit different than some of the ones that might affect you more directly. Because if I was trying to alter your personal being, there would be a certain type of spell that I would use, and this is alteration is called.
Oh, I think I understand. I think I understand. Oh, that's going to cause a lot of trouble. Thank you so much, Rosee, for troubleshooting.
Well, if you understand, I would like to understand, because I've never encountered anything quite like this before, and I'd like to know more. You could put it in one of your letters if you like, and then you could explain it to me then, because then I could understand it fully, and I could restudy it and read it over and over and over again. And by the way, you have very pretty handwriting.
Thank you. I will write you a letter, Rosee, because I think I would like some time to process my words and figure out the best way to tell you. But I can tell you that something's overpowering your brilliant alchemy, I'm afraid.
Well, then it must be pretty powerful, because I'm a pretty brilliant alchemist, and my eyes are bright, and my hair is pink, and I can do a lot of really great things, and I'm pretty great at what I do, and I wouldn't be surprised if they wouldn't even have done something. I'm not even sure where they came from.
Rosee. I thought you said you didn't know much about illusion magic.
I don't know much about illusion magic.
But you just made an illusion potion.
That's right. I made an illusion potion. But I don't know very much about illusion magic. It's a very simple cantrip. Anybody could do it.
Okay.
Rosee, does this mean that it's impossible to not be tracked?
I'm an alchemist. And she said that to Siraye.
Rosee.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's possible that you're going to be tracked. It's also possible that whatever spell affected you before didn't affect you, or maybe it did affect you. It depends whether or not it affected you or your spirit, and I'm not even really sure when it comes to all that. Is there a way
to figure that out?
Well, scientifically speaking, I'm sure I could figure it out. It would just take some time. I need to work on it. I need to mix some potions. I need to try some things out. Is it okay if I take some of your blood?
Oh, sure, I suppose.
All right, we'll just take a little sample here. And this is going to hurt too much. I'm just going to go ahead and draw a little bit of blood. And she like pulls over, and she has this syringe like about as long as her arm. And she very gingerly gives you a shot. You do take a point of damage, and it hurts. But she does fill up a pretty big glass vial with your blood.
Oh, Jesus, I should probably sleep at some point.
How many hit points do you have left?
I'm at 17. You should try very hard not to get in a fight on the way back.
Because that's how this works.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she takes a little bit of blood, and she keeps going on. She's rattling on about talking about all the different things, and she's mixing up different vials. And she gives you, Hawke, another potion. This one will still work. We know at least it's affecting you. I'm not sure about the color of your skin quite yet. Maybe I have altered it. Maybe I've been able to stabilize it. I'm not really sure. Third time's the charm, as they always say. Go ahead and bottoms up. Don't drink it now, though. You're going to want to save it later. You've still got a few hours left on the potion you took before, so let's make sure that we don't waste those things. They're very hard to make, and I'm spending a lot of coin here. And by the way, you were very quick to try to charge me extra for the things that you came by, but I would like to be very clear that I'm offering you my services as a friend, and you've been writing letters, and I've been doing all kinds of things. And all Siraye's been doing is accusing me of being an illusionist when I'm clearly an alchemist. Just because I can mix a couple of components that could make an illusion temporarily doesn't mean that it's going to last very long or it's going to be very good.
I think
Rosee, best friends don't lie to each other.
I didn't lie to you. I told you that I wasn't very good at illusion, and it's true.
I think the phrase is multi-genre genius.
May I make a request, please?
Absolutely, you can make whatever request you want. You have the better handwriting of the entire group, so any requests you make are going to be granted.
Oh, thank you. So Siraye, I remember that you made me promise when we got in that carriage a little while ago that the next job we did, any of my earnings would go to you. And you may have, I don't know if I am entitled to any of the dragon, what are they? Dragon
marks?
Dragon marks that we just received. Would you say that I am?
Yes, of course.
All right. You may keep all of it, but may I make one small request, please?
Of course, Doddle.
I don't know if I'm being tracked right now, so why don't I stay here with Rosee and get tested and whatever else, and maybe try and figure out a solution? May you do me a favor? And I remember Maglo was speaking so highly of that clockwork dragon that he wanted very badly, and I noticed that Bugsby is a bird right now. I was just wondering if you may do me a favor as someone that's not getting tracked up the wazoo, if you could make a stop at that shop and please buy him that clockwork dragon.
I will see what I can do.
Thank you.
All right. So, meanwhile, as you're in Rosee's shop negotiating, you now have a small fortune. Maglo and June. What are you doing?
So after Mags's quite successful science attempt, right, so it's a real fish, we know that. The orb is protecting things inside. The orb is always active, so I don't think we can turn it off. Through that means, because it's protection, I don't think we could break it. It's, oh my god, powerful. So whoever owns this, if they made it, fuck. If they found it, that's a little better. Hopefully they found it, and then it's just like, oh, it's not the thing they made, because if they made this, that means that they're more powerful, because then they made a thing, and they could put it's a whole fucking thing. Anyway, do you want to go speak to Great Master Zir?
Let's, yeah.
Yeah? Okay. I think we did really good work today, Juniper. That was fucking brilliant. Well done. Good fucking sciencing. Science! We did so much shit.
Hawke, so
What's what?
did you not as bad as Hawke, so I appreciate it.
I mean, you're fucking great at this. So, listen, I ain't had a fucking science friend in ages, and we just spent a whole day doing nothing but experiments in science, and I'm loving it. So, yeah, let's go fucking talk to Zir. Then let's go do some research in the library, which is possibly my favorite bit of any form of research, is the library bit. You know, it's all the reading. And then we can get some fucking... We can get some knowledge, basically.
All right. Well, you know the place, so why don't you lead the
Okay,
way?
sorry, yeah.
No, you're good. You're good.
We're gaining ground. A tiny bit, but we're not as far behind as we could be, and that's good. Okay, yeah, let's go.
As the two of you walk down the crypt corridors, Busby flutters behind you, mechanically, kind of buzzing and popping and doing whistles. And you move your way down the corridor. You enter back into the main chamber where the party has been camping. and you see that the fire is still burning low. It's been maintained by somebody. You suspect that someone has been in and cleaned up and neatened a little bit. There is a new tray of food there, and there's one letter sitting there that's been folded up, and it says Maglo on it.
Oh, okay.
And Siraye, what did your letter say again?
I said Maglo and June.
You're muted.
It says Maglo and June went to turn in, chest to Rosee. Hopefully we'll come back with money. Or be back
Ooh.
soon. Hopefully we'll come back with money.
Oh shit. My
What?
God, this day might turn out to be the best day
What is
of
it?
my life. We ages ago, actually in the same place where we found the orb, we found this big chest full of like spell components and this like really powerful magic stuff. And we managed to like drag it out, and it's worth like fucking loads of money. Like loads of money. And we found it, and Siraye's been trying to find a seller. And if they found a seller, then fucking hell, that's amazing. What are they giving? Anyway, that's good. That means that they're busy, which is a shame.
What
I can't-
kind of magic items?
Just like spell components and stuff, like these. He goes and he pulls stuff out of his bag. Just general like things which can be used to make potions and make spells and stuff happen.
So nothing you would find at a temple.
Maybe. I don't really know. Like, I mean, like the herbs and just like rare dragon bile and stuff like
June
that.
looks away, disinterested. All right, so where do we find Master's Ear?
I don't know. And Maglo walks upstairs and then on the door.
You walk up the spiral staircase and you approach an iron gate that is closed and locked from the other side.
Mr. Gravemaster, I want to ask a question of someone.
Your voice echoes down the corridor.
Hello?
June, you're realizing that you're locked in this crypt from this direction.
Is this
He's like this. He's hard to get a hold of if you don't want to be found.
always locked like this?
Yeah. After we did all the thing, it's like we have to be locked in. I hate it. It's when we first got her, Siraye like pinned, the lady who walked us around. Siraye like pinned her against the wall and took the keys because we thought we were properly trapped in here, which is why they're not our biggest fans. But then we found out there's like a way out. The sewers, they're all right. I think it's just for protection purposes. It's all secret, like hidden, keeping us like hidden shit. It's not bad. Just
But he'll unlock it though. We're not
we can
gonna
get
have
out.
to break the
through-
lock.
No, we can get out through the sewers. That's fine. But this way, I don't know how to get in and out. The guy's real strict, and like, I don't want to like butt heads with him, and then end up getting kicked out because this place seems pretty secure. I just don't want to, you know how it is.
Yeah.
Mr. Zare, can you come? I have like one question. It's so fucking important. I really want you to be here. Please, 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 please.
Your voice
please,
echoes down the
please,
corridor, and no one
please.
answers. There seems to be no activity on the far side of the corridor, and everything is very quiet. Back at Rosee's shop, what are the rest of you doing?
Just gonna follow Rosie's lead, like if she wants me to drink any more potions or wait for the blood results to blah blah blah.
Yeah, she's boiling some of your blood, and she's putting some other onto like these pieces of cloth, and then she's using them, putting them into this little box, and then pouring liquids in through a funnel. And she's talking to you the whole time about the sky and how
I'm
that
listening the whole time.
Yeah, about how the sky shifts in colors and how she finds that very fascinating, and that sometimes you can see things on the roof and the way that the shingles are where the light plays across it. And she's just going on and on and on.
Rosie, did you ever notice that in the sunrise there's orange and pink and purple and blue? Have you ever seen in your entire life those combinations of colors ever used before in an appealing way?
I think it's absolutely fascinating that the sky is able to do that, that nature actually creates that, but that's all scientific because there's a certain amount of gas that's in the air, and I think it's all scientifically explainable because of the way that the orbs around the sun and the crystal spheres all work, because the crystal spheres all move in a different direction, and when they do that, all of the world around us is actually going to shift and change, and then there's all the other planets and all the other burning entities outside in the far reaches of space, and they're all the way out there.
I was gonna say that, wow, it's like the sky is magic, but I guess science is magic, so maybe there's some go look at Hawke. I'm like, maybe there's hope for you and MacLeod to get along after all.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Sure.
What are you doing,
I think
Hawke?
that is possible. Hawke is kind of scribbling together a quick shopping list while everybody's talking, so he wasn't like being facetious. He was just like, yeah, totally. He's like scribbling together a quick shopping list since they're out and about and actually have money. Gonna turn to Siraye real quick. I'm like, hey Siraye, since we're out here and we have this money, like two things. One, we should probably hit up for any sort of like necessities. But two, how much do you bet we can use some of this money to like buy information on maybe the Xanathars, find out if they have any like enemies or anything? Oh, you're muted.
We absolutely can. I have several connections who could probably give us information. It will cost quite a bit, though, and we have to be. We need to be very careful and discreet about how much money we actually have, because then they will want more if they find out that we have more.
So we go in disguises.
I mean, we could, I guess. I mean, my contact knows that I'm flat broke, so.
Oh, okay. So what you're saying is you want your contact to think you're as broke as possible, so he asks for the bare minimum.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get you. Very dishonest, and I don't approve of it. But I get you.
And then the idea is, so like, you get the information, you pay them, and then you to make sure that it is, not spread around that someone is looking for said someone or said information. You scrounge up a little bit more because you appreciate their effort and their hard work and want to continue to have business with them. But you don't just, here's 20 gold.
You criminals are very fascinating, by the way. I
wish I was told that more.
Well, I mean, back where I came from, you usually just asked people for help and they helped you. And you didn't have to do this weird song and dance. I mean, honestly, I thought people turned to a life of crime because they thought it was easier than abiding by the rules. But it sounds way more complicated.
Yes. You, Hawke, are very lucky and lived in a place full of very nice people. But not all people are nice, and the world can be very cruel.
Oh, they weren't nice. Don't get me wrong. They weren't very nice at all. But I don't know. It's just very different hearing your side. Anyway, I'm gonna let you do that then. I'm going to the place where magic people buy their magic shit.
All right. Do you need someone to accompany you?
I definitely need money. Can I?
I'll come with you. Do you want me to be your?
I'm gonna turn away from Rosee. I'm assuming she just keeps on talking as if I'm not turning away.
Yeah. And she keeps handing you vials.
I'm gonna keep grabbing and say, please go get the Clockwork Dragon for Maglo.
Clockwork Dragon. Doddle, do you want us to get you anything like?
I don't need anything, please and thank you.
Magical items, components.
You're very, very quickly needing to make some water, though, Doddle. You keep drinking so much liquid that this is starting to wear on you.
Yeah, water would be nice. I mean, there are things that I certainly want, but I made a promise to Siraye that she could have all of my coin from this deal, and even asking for a gift for Maglo is a little bit of an overstep. So no, I'm fine. I'll get my things another way.
All right, but what things do you want, though, so that way we can at least keep an eye peeled for them?
If you keep an eye peeled for them, you can't get them, so there's no point. And if I tell you, you may be dishonest with me and get them anyway, and I don't want that.
Well, I was gonna actually.
Well,
get
you heard
something
her,
better,
Hawke,
though.
and then I just
I just yelled. I was gonna get you something anyways. It should at least be something you
That's why I'm
want.
not telling you what I want.
Fine, you're gonna hate what I buy you then.
Have you met me? Probably not.
As you're going out of the tent, you just hear Rosee yell back, "Get more cupcakes!" And
Cupcakes, got it.
You're out in the street. What else are you two doing while you're here? You're gonna try to shop around. Is there anything else you want to do in this area?
Do I want to buy anything? I don't think there's anything that I want to buy. I think I just want to hoard my money. Yeah.
Should you get the cupcakes for Rosie, or should I get the cupcakes for Rosie then? And I just like look at you with the most like blankly earnest face possible.
I think, Hawke, I think you should get the cupcakes for Rosie because I think Rosie would very much appreciate it from you.
Yeah, I don't think she likes me that much. I mean,
Yeah,
a lot of
I
people
don't think she does either. I think like, you know, she has some weird thing against you. That's why she keeps making, you know, you change colors and stuff.
Is it
And
because
yeah,
I wear
you should buy the
black?
cupcakes. You should buy them.
Oh, it's because I wear black, isn't it?
Yeah,
Okay,
I know.
all right.
It's I have
Okay,
I have a bit of a hard time too, but you really need it. Yeah, here.
Wait,
here.
you don't like me either?
No, because I also wear black. I'm
Okay.
not all in black, but you know, sometimes I have
Thank
my
you.
black pants, and
It's a good color. It's really slimming.
it is.
You
It's
know?
a great color.
I mean,
but
I used
you
to
should-
wear white, and it would just stain all the time. Like, honestly, I
All
know
the
that
time.
this whole thing has drawbacks, but oh my god, the fashion sense is so much better.
Yeah, so you definitely, I think like you should get the cupcakes this
Yeah, I'll
time,
get the
and then you know
cupcakes
maybe I'll get the cupcakes, but you should definitely get the cupcakes this.
So
All right,
the two
thank you
of
so
you
much, Siraye.
move through the marketplace and you shop for a few hours. Is there anything on your list that is not basic necessities?
I am pulling up my list right now. So I know we were looking at the arcane focuses in that wizard shop earlier. I was hoping to also buy some books on different subjects so that Hawke can research them a bit. He also wanted to apologize to Maglo by buying some sort of book on mechanics or what have you. Just if he sees something even.
Or maybe a dragon.
You don't hear that. All right.
I
So
mean, he knows to get the dragon anyway for Doddle.
okay. Well, if you have to remember when I ask you if there are things that you're buying, you have to tell me that that's something that you're trying to buy.
Yeah, that is on the list. Oh, and then let's see. So yeah, arcane focus, books on the Shadowfell, Raven Queen, Evermeet, enchanted swords, illithids, or
So
popular
you're-
mechanics.
Well,
Are you walking into a shop asking
The
for
clockwork
books on lithids and Evermeet?
Maybe not the same. Like he's gonna see if he can find a bookstore.
Yeah, there are
Like,
various
yeah.
book dealers. And books are expensive. Books are not something that are simple. They're not as commonplace as they are in the modern
Right.
world. They are difficult and expensive to manufacture. Usually they're hand copied. So it's a there are printing presses, but they usually just do small runs of things. So a book is a very special thing. But there are books, and they're expensive. But you can certainly find some of them. I will make a list of things that you end up acquiring. I will say that you get you do not find any books on just Evermeet. You find books on Elven history. You find books on mechanics easily enough. So if you want to buy a book for Maglo, you certainly can. You find any number of books on the Underdark, if that's something that you're looking for. But
Oh, definitely.
yeah, there are no books on just lithids.
Okay.
That would probably not be a book that would be sold openly. But you do get some general history books and some other tomes and things like that. What else were you looking for other than books?
the Clockwork Dragon because that's something Doddle asked.
Yeah. Now the Clockwork Dragon is expensive.
Yep.
it-
I wanna go into the shop.
Okay, so you step into this artificer workshop, and it is alight with activity as people are bustling around, and there are gears and other small mechanical devices. It seems very crowded for some reason. Behind the counter is an Aarakocra. It is a bird-like, white-feathered, with some red kind of plumage, feathered-looking male who is very awkward and scrawny, and just kind of like his head bobs around on his body, and he never seems to stand still. When you enter, he sees you. Oh, well, hey, hello there. It's going to be a minute before I can get to you. We've had a bit of a rush. It turns out that some of these designs that one of my new assistants did, they're selling like crazy. I can't even keep up with the demand for some of these designs.
Oh, how lovely. Well, take your time. And I'm gonna like peruse the shop and just see what's all the different things.
Yeah, you peruse the shop. There's a lot of different items. There is there are a number of large boxes that are clockwork automaton kits that are behind the counter, and you see that one of them it has a schematic on the front of it that's been drawn out, and you see that it is the schematic for a clockwork dragon.
This one's interesting.
Oh, yeah, you have a really good eye right there. But let me tell you what, that's a really expensive automaton if you're going right into it. That was constructed quite some time ago.
Expensive? This is expensive? Why, the gears aren't even made of proper brass.
You're
They're
absolutely
made of
correct. Those gears are actually made of platinum, so they're actually twice as durable as anything that would have been made out of brass. I think you're going to find
Are you
it.
sure? Did you source this platinum yourself, or did you get this from, God's forbid, an Underdark manufacturer?
Go ahead.
I walk up. I know the hands of a Turgar. When I see them, I tell you.
He says that, and I just you can see Siraye's face do like internal screaming. Like,
Yeah. So I need you to make a
The
deception.
goddammit Hawke look.
I need you to make a deception check, and I need Hawke to make a deception check as well. I think that might have been an attempt to help, which should have given you advantage, but the role play tells me that you both have to roll separately.
what is it? It's deception.
Deception.
That is a 15.
I had an 11.
Okay, so yeah, neither of you really kind of botch it. You both are he's still like looking at you, and his big bird-like eyes are kind of traveling between the two of you. I can assure you right now that everything here is up to code. Everything will be built.
And it looks like
should hope so, good sir.
oh my gosh.
I believe I haven't introduced myself. I'm Dr. Flango Flablogian. As you can see by the pile of books here, I'm a well-read academic on this matter.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Dr. Fulbagagian. I'm really, my name is Grekel Farfeather. It's a pleasure to have a scholar in here. We've had a few of those pass through, but I'm just, I'm doing the work here to keep the shop running. I'm not really sure what you're getting at.
And and I pick up the box and I bring it up to the counter. It looks like that this schematic is actually a copy of and then I'm gonna look around and I'm gonna look at the other schematics and I'm gonna try and see a name of like a really popular or like one that I keep seeing.
Yeah,
That doesn't match the one on the box.
Yeah. The Brithold Dwarven Works.
This looks like this is a replica of the Brickhold Dwarven Works.
The Mark IV. I think.
Yes.
All right, make a deception check with a +4 because Hawke is actually just helping somehow with this.
12.
It would typically be an advantage. I'm just giving you a +4.
16. You're giving me +4, so it's dirty 20.
Okay, yeah. Well, that doesn't really make any sense. Maglo, describe to me the schematic that is on the countertop. Something that Maglo has created and drafted out as part of his work for Grekel. A simple device. It's not anything complicated, but it's something that would really fine-tune something that everybody uses.
It is a. It looks just like a normal walking cane. Maglo has a few different designs for different looks it could have. But with a twist of the handle one way, it can turn into a long sword. Has these two blades that shoot out, and if you slam it on the ground whilst the blade is out, it breaks into small bits and can be used as a whip. And then it can be indistinguishable if you switch it back to a normal cane.
Oh, just a minute here. I've got to deal with a customer. Are you interested in buying one of the prototypes, or did you want the design? Because the design is going. I mean, we're working on trying to make these as quickly as we can, but we can't really keep up with the demand. Everybody wants these. They seem to hit some sort of a fashion trend. I don't even know. All of the well-to-do nobles in Waterdeep are going to have one of these, protective, of course.
Is that so?
We can't recommend anyone using these. The Aarakocra is talking to a customer and puts out this cane, and you see the cane is shown to be a sword cane. Of course, we have to be clear that it counts as having a weapon that is concealed, which would be against certain tenets of the code legal. So you got to make sure to be careful and make sure you register this, and everything must be cleared with the city watch. And they exchange money, and then he turns back to you. Yeah, enjoy it. The customer turns and says, "Thank you."
What does the customer look like?
It's like a young business professional who's dressed in a very foppish coat, and you can see that they take the cane and they walk out with it very regally. They seem to be well-to-do people that are purchasing these.
Okay.
You also notice on the design. It has Maglo's signature on it.
Okay.
Yes, I see a lot of this. That design I love. I absolutely love. What a genius concept.
Yeah, well, it's been pretty good, but I didn't know that the kid had it in him at first. He just kind of came in here with the crazy eyes. It was kind of hard to...
A kid?
A child?
Well, I mean, not literally a child.
Children as workers in your facility. Children that should be going to
sure what you're getting at here.
And I try to say that as loud as possible to be to make sure everyone hears that, this,
Yeah, you do that. You do that. Well, you do know that...
I could call the Waterdeep authorities on you.
You certainly could, and since apprenticeship is not illegal here in Waterdeep, I think you'd find yourself...
a child!
To tell them what a wonderful job you're doing.
To teach a child a trade is actually a very fine responsibility, and as tradespeople, we always work to educate the young.
I'll tell you what, sir. I would like to get this replica off of your hands because you seem like a newer business person of the sort. And I would hate for the Waterdeep authorities to come in and seize all of your illegally manufactured products by children and replicas. For a matter of fact,
make a deception check at a disadvantage because you are really going way out there. Because now this has turned into a story about children, slave labor. It's just not.
Baby, with my deception, 19.
Yeah, I mean you're kind of it's a 19, but it's a very far-reaching stretch. as far
I'm
as
sorry.
like trying to convince him that the items that are in front of him on his shop have been built by himself. With you're accusing him of using child labor to make these items.
No, I'm accusing him of having several malpractices in his business, especially that this dragon piece is a replica of a very famous artificer.
Okay, so that you might have better luck with, trying to convince him that it's a ripoff. But you've taken it a little bit too far.
Okay.
So he's
right.
pushing back, and he's well. I think it's best if perhaps you just leave my shop.
I'm so sorry, sir. My wife, she was hit in the head pretty hard recently.
Okay, so now
Is-
you make your deception check, and you can do so at an advantage because I'm assuming that Siraye is right there helping you along.
Oh.
Oh no, that's a 19 plus 4.
All right.
So that's a 23 and a good thing it was at advantage because that was a 9 plus 3.
Okay. So what do you say?
I'm sure we can. Sir, I'm so sorry. My beloved wife has been hit very, very hard on the head recently.
Oh.
No, shh, hon. Why don't you go look at the signs again? Don't you remember how pretty the signs were? Yes, go on, dear. Listen, I know what you mean. I wish I could kick her out of the room myself sometimes. Listen, I would love to stop being around the bush and just buy the dragon she wants. I don't even know why she wants it. She can't even build a kitchen cabinet, but I would love to be a patron of this business regardless.
Well, of course, everything here is for sale. It is a shop.
How much for the dragon?
It's gonna be 3,500 gold dragons.
Okay, I'm sure you, hon, look at those beautiful posters again. Do you see the beautiful posters? Listen, I'm sure you're usually used to people paying in installments. If I paid you...
Do I hear the 3,500?
I'll make a perception check for you. Yeah, you hear it.
It's 3,500. Okay, so 3,500. Okay, sorry, I had to.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's a lot of coin.
That is a lot, but it's a lot less than I thought it was.
Yeah.
But I still want a deal.
What was that? What was that, Maglo?
I thought it was 7,000, 7,500. So I've been just in chat saying it was 7,500.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, good sir.
Don't pay that much for this replica.
Honey, look at those signs again. Do you remember the signs? Go.
Yes, the sign.
beautiful guys. Yes, go look at them.
No, I
Tell you
apologize.
what, sir.
I actually have made a mistake because there were two different kits. Am I right on this? I believe so, Matthew. Don't lie. Because there were two different kits, right? And one was a half.
So one of them was 50 gold. One of them was
Right.
$3,000,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, the middle
And then
tier.
the dragon was 7,500.
Yeah, because the dragon was
The
like
bird
the top
was-
of the line. It wasn't a bird. It was a
I actually didn't figure out what it was. I never asked. I just
Yeah.
asked about the dragon. That's
well,
all
there
I cared
was
about.
there was a second kit that was like mid-range, and then there was an inexpensive like baseline kit. Regardless, we're not here to argue that. He tells you that, and then he realizes that you're looking at the other box. Oh, but you made this one. Oh,
Yes,
that's
yes, the dragon.
really expensive. Like that's probably worth more than my entire shop. I don't.
And clearly a replica. I yell. From the
Well,
others.
regardless, for me to make a profit on it, I have to sell it for 7,000 coin. I mean, it's gold. I realize you could buy a house for that, but
This
here we are.
isn't gold, sir.
This is a very intricate piece of machinery.
Oh, I'm not doubting the artistry at all. I mean, granted, it is. I mean, let's not beat around the bush. It is a slightly derivative piece, but I'm sure most people are usually put on some sort of payment plan where they pay in increments and then.
Absolutely. We can take coin, and then when the
Or-
balance has been paid, we can release the item if you like.
What I'm saying is, most people could pay like that. Let's say if I was able to pay hard cash right here, could I get some sort of discount on that?
I don't know. It seems like
You could
there's problems with your wife, and she seems a little aggressive about besmirching my establishment here.
I lean in and I'm like, sir, believe me, if I don't go home with this dragon, my life will be hell, but it will be even worse if I pay full price for this. Please give me something.
Make another deception check, please. As you browbeat this poor shopkeeper.
It's a 15.
All right. Look, I don't want you to get into any trouble, but I can only do so much. I have expenses here, and in fact,
I fully agree.
the young man who has been working for me came in and was desperate. He had the same kind of look that you have in your eyes right now, which is like a crazy kind of like, do this thing or I'm gonna go. So, I mean, I understand how attractive this sort of mechanic might be, but it's sort of a really expensive item. It's only for expert builders, and I don't know that your wife is going to be able to put it together anyway, and I'd hate for you to get into trouble, but I'd also hate for you to bankrupt yourself.
Oh, no, not at all. If anything, I'll be the one building it, and she'll take the credit. It's the foundation of
You're an artificer?
thing. I'm a very well-read academic, as you can see by the multiple books in my possession currently.
I don't mean to be rude, but I've got to be honest with you that just because you read some books doesn't mean that you've got the skills and training necessary to build a very complicated automaton. These are one-of-a-kind items that have been crafted in the very forge works of the Dwarven Holds, and I couldn't just give it to you in good consciousness and take your money and know that it wouldn't be put to good use. It is a piece of art, after all.
They're leather bound. Also, it would be great in my menagerie. I have so many wonderful pieces there already.
Well, it's your money, I guess. I suppose I could come down by 500.
I look at Siraye.
Oh! Look at all these things!
I think that's a deal?
I guess so, if you're willing to take it for 65? That's 100,
Can I
by the
insight
way.
check him real quick? Actually, you know what? No, he is a hard-working individual who labors a lot of time. We've treated him like crap. He's getting 6,500 at this point.
All right. So, Siraye, you have the coin. What are you doing?
Money, please.
Are you paying the coin?
I hand over a bag, and Siraye has already distributed the amount evenly, and on the bag it's crudely written Maglo. I hand it.
Wait! You flashback! I was buying Maglo's dragon, remember?
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
and you can keep the
Siraye
rest.
remembers this. Siraye remembers this and goes, yeah, and then continues.
Hawke's like holding Maglo's bag and he
Maglo's bag.
shakes his head. No, he pays for this one. This one. And I just like count out the gold from Maglo's bag and I pay him.
The question is how many ways did you split the treasure?
So I only split it the 4 ways, just because it was just us. So
So it's 20k a piece.
is it 20k a piece?
If it's
Well, no, we only got.
you only
4,000.
have 40, so right now it's 10,000.
It's 10,
10,000
right?
gold a piece. Yeah.
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 All right. So you spend 65 out of it for this. I'm gonna say you spent probably 100 gold on books, which is a lot, but books are again expensive. They're rare, all that. So and you got a lot of really nice books, a lot of good editions. Like you feel like you got a good deal on that. I'm not making you work for it. However, the automaton is 65, which means that you have 35 left over for Hawke's, or I'm sorry, Maglo's share.
Yeah.
All right.
Maglo's share. And then, yeah, you pay it.
Yes. Here, I'll pay off Maglo's share. And the way I figure it is if Doddle and Maglo want to work out their ledger afterwards, that is up to them.
Somebody will figure it
Oh,
out.
I just messaged Piper and I was like, oh, June's getting Doddle's share. We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
All right. All right.
And then the last thing
Before this turns
Hawke
into
wants
like
is,
inter-party like attacks.
Yeah.
over coin.
Yeah.
Way to ruin a party is like give them a bunch of gold.
Yeah.
we all take each other to fancy small claims court.
Oh wow.
But yeah, the last thing Hawke wants is one of the arcane focuses that he was looking at.
Now that was at the shop across the way. It was
Yes.
right here, and you had already walked in, and that was the shop that the little old woman ran. Let me. Yeah. Yeah. It's called. Shifter Potion. And so it's a crowded little shop. It's packed in every corner with bottles and boxes and herbs. There is the proprietor is Eunice, a spry little old woman who is typically very suspicious of anybody, but she sees that you come back in, and she eyes you.
Oh yes, you're back. Ah, so quick I see.
Hi, Eunice. I can actually. Okay. All right. I'm not gonna knock anything over this time.
Yes, please do not. I know it's crowded in here, but you almost cost me more than you bought last time, which was nothing.
Yes, I am so sorry, but I cost you nothing. Oh wait, I could just make my sword go away, right? And he like snaps his fingers, and the sword on his back goes away.
That's
Right, I
interesting.
forgot.
That's an effect I'm not so used to.
But she saw me summon and unsummon
and
the
she
sword
thought
last
it was
time.
strange then too.
Okay. All right. Don't worry. It's because I'm a magical guy, which is why I'm here at the magical shop. As one does.
All right. Well,
Anyway.
what can I help you with today?
Last time you had a wonderful selection of arcane focuses that I was hoping to set my eye on.
Yeah, well, we have had a bit of a run. Is there something specific you're looking for as far as arcade focuses is concerned?
Well, I was looking for anything that could help replace just the small time material components for spells, things like that. You know, nothing, of course, too big, but...
Right. Well, it depends as always. You get what you pay for, as they say. How much are you looking to spend?
I'd love to see your selection first, so that way I can get a better feel for it.
Of course, of course.
Don't mind.
Well, look, let me just dig through some of my things here and see what we can find. There's a pretty big selection I've had here for quite some time. I trust that now you have coin, which you didn't have before.
I do have coin this time. I'm so sorry about that.
I just remember you were rather harried when you were in here.
Right, yeah. We were unfortunately going through a lot at the time as a group, and well, there was a business deal that we hadn't conducted yet, so I hadn't gotten paid beforehand. So we were more window browsing, but I got ahead of myself.
Well, I could introduce you to, I think, a fine wand of Fernian ash, if you like. If perhaps you're trying to cast more of evocation-style magics, I think you'll find it quite aggressive. I have a few orbs that might be able to help you with some shielding properties. An imbued wood focus or a rod staff might be of your liking. The tree wood, I think, is filled with very powerful extraplanar energies, yes.
Sorry, did you say extraplanar energies?
Yes, of course. We only procure the finest of imbued wood focuses here. I'm not some charlatan that you would find on the streets. I only deal in those items which have efficacy worth selling. I stand by all of the products that I sell here. Of course, you pay a slight premium, being that we're in the middle of Waterdeep here, and some of these items are rather hard to come by these days, given everything that's happening with the shortages in certain magical components and whatnot.
All right. You said you had some orbs that can help shield people as well as provide an arcane focus. Can I get a look at those?
Yes, yes. Perhaps you'd like to take a look at my Lamian Flint.
Oh, what now?
My Lamian Flint. It's a specific type of orb that you might find very interesting. It protects against any sort of lightning attacks or damages that might be struck at you from the elemental forces of the sky.
Lobbying?
Lamian Flint is what I said, Sonny. There's also a Kithorn Sharn, if you like that, if you're trying to protect yourself against any sort of acidic nature. Shavarvian Shelt. What could I give you? Some Rizardian Shale? Zazorian Marble, perhaps? You'll have to be more specific about what you're trying to protect yourself against.
Honestly, we're just basic protection, if that makes sense. Maybe.
Perhaps you'd like it depends, of course, if you're looking for a specific focus, but I would suggest the Zorian Marble. It's quite fine, it's beautiful. In fact, it does protect and shield the mind against any sort of incursions.
How many of those do you have?
Just the one. Do you need more than one of the Zorian Marble? It's very rare, you know?
Zorian
Zazorian.
Marble. And how much is that?
It's currently, I'll give it to you for 50 gold.
Oh. I would love one of those.
She sells it to you for 50. It's Zorian Marble. It is, according to her, a focus that will help you to protect you against mental incursion. If you cast Identify or have somebody cast Identify on it, I will tell you what it actually does.
Alright.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
That should be it for me. Do you have anything of, let's say, Elvish make or anything? I kind of lean in. Based on the Shadowfell?
No. I don't deal in such things. It's dangerous. Perhaps I have misjudged you. I'll be closing up soon, so if you have any other further purchases, I'll be behind the counter. She goes back to her counter.
Right. Mostly focusing on the Elvish items, of course. I'm more or less looking for information about it to better protect myself and ward myself. As you can see, one of the reasons why I bought the, Zorian Marble, of course.
Deception check.
That was not good. That's an 11.
Okay. We'll come back to you. Standing at the top of the spiral staircase, Maglo and June. You've been there for what seems like an hour. Eventually, a figure appears, huddled, hunched, dragging herself down the corridor. You hear the uneven footsteps as she approaches you. She has a single, very clear, milky eye that studies you closely as she arrives.
Oh, hi. We're just wondering if Grave Master Zir was available to answer some questions. Is that possible?
She looks at you. Make a persuasion check, please.
Not great. Poor. Some would say 6.
Okay. So, do you want to do anything, June? She doesn't seem to like Maglo in the least.
Ma'am, can we please talk to Master Zero or even get a message to him at all? And
She looks
puts on
to
the
you.
sweetest face she can.
Yeah, make a persuasion check.
Okay. A 2.
She nods and walks away, and then you do not hear from her for a very long time. We'll come back to you. Doddle, you are currently sitting with Rosee as she continues to mix potions together and hand them off to you.
Is it just me and Rosee?
Yeah, it's just you and Rosee.
Okay, I've written her another letter. And I say, Rosee, I've written this just now. Would you like me to recite it to you, or would you like me to wait till tomorrow so I can keep up this letter a day thing?
Oh no, that'd be absolutely fine. I could actually credit you. Oh, sorry, I'm doing the bird. I could credit you, absolutely. Yeah, go ahead. You can do whatever you like. If you want to do it first, you can go ahead and read it, and I'll make sure that it accounts towards the other letters that you owe me. Right now, I'm working, so it'd be hard for me to read and work at the same time, so if you read it to me, then I'll already know what's inside of it, and then I can read it later after you send it to me.
Oh, okay, well then I'll keep it, and then I'll deliver it to you when the sun rises. How about that?
Whatever works best for you.
So you may read it in your own time.
Well, you should read it to me right now while I'm working. That'd be fun. I'd like to hear that.
So you want me to read it right
Yes,
now?
please go ahead and read it right now.
All right. I gotta open it back up. So, my dear Rosee, I'm afraid my party members are not the only ones with outer layers. I understand that all of them wear masks to hide things underneath they are not proud of or want to protect. They formed their identities out of fear and self-preservation. I don't blame them. I didn't choose my mask, but I embraced it for the same reasons. I'm the same as them. The truth is, Rosee, I'm not a goblin. I write like an elf because that's what I am. I don't know if I just look different or if I am entirely different. I've even considered that I'm insane and all of this is just some delusion and I'm a goblin that just hit their head rather hard. But if I'm not mad, and everything I believe is true, I not only need to stay safe for myself and for my friends, but many other people that put their trust in me, and I fear I will let them down. I trust you, Rosee. Please keep that secret safe. That's what friends do. Your friend Doddle.
Rosee stops and looks at you as she continues to work, but she's slowed down considerably, and she's not talking again. And her big, blue, gem-like eyes fall upon you, Doddle. And then they narrow. I knew it! And that's where we're going to leave it today.
Give me my dragon knot.
Then we turn around and we sell the dragon for a 150 gold profit.
Right? Jesus.
Well, you almost got it at a 50% discount.
God, I was hoping. I was shooting for it. I was like 3,000. Fuck yeah, let's just buy it. If that's what they're giving us, like.
Well, to be
Shouldn't
fair,
have
like
said anything.
I could have just let it go at that you had browbeaten him to the point where he dropped the price drastically. But
I did feel really bad. I was like, this poor guy.
Yeah.
Could you fucking imagine going into a Walmart and being like, this Xbox, I don't really agree with the price. How about we do it for like 80%? Like,
It's
I feel
like seeing a castle and being like, I would like that at half the price, please.
it is a house.
Listen,
I mean, it's as much as a house.
It's fully a house, yeah. Like, it's so fucking expensive.
So I don't fully believe in the alignment system, but if I did, I think that we would both be considered lawful evil for the Karen shit we just pulled.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
just realized the name for this episode is gonna be called Goldfish and Gold.
There you go.
So yeah.
I can't believe we got the money. We got that on session 3, and that was like 6 months ago, and we finally got the money for it. And it's grand. So
Juniper's
much
not
fucking
greedy,
money.
but we'll take a little something. You know.
Wait, I got you. I was doing it and I was like, fuck, like, oh man, shit, because Juniper just joined us. Like, what should I do about that? But I think I have an idea.
Well, and
Hawke? Sorry.
no, I was just gonna say I was expecting you to go and try to liberate their personal items out of
Well,
the.
that's what I wanted to do, but then you said, oh, this is money, and I'm like, oh fuck, yeah, we should probably get that fucking money. So for now, that's the next time thing.
I mean, considering we were all struggling pretty hard for money, like,
Yeah.
we went to pick up spell components and we literally couldn't because we
Yeah.
didn't have any money. And then it's
Yeah.
like,
Oh, dang.
hey, do you remember that time we don't have any money? Be the richest characters in D&D ever.
It's like just sitting there, I'm
Next
like, oh, I
game.
can finally do the rich person voice. But like, no, Hawke doesn't really need money other than like getting the shit he needs, so he'll probably
Get some sick armor. You can like get some fucking
gave me a
crazy
+1
armor.
to my armor, so it's fine.
Magical items are not inexpensive. That magical items are rare. So as soon as you start buying magical items, it's like you're buying a house over and over and over again. You know.
Right.
So the pricing structure of D&D definitely goes out the window when you're talking about anything magical. But as far as mundane things go, you have enough to live comfortably for the rest of your life. If you chose to just live without magic items and you know, a simple like ring of protection is considered an heirloom item of great value, even though it's a little more prevalent in the Forgotten Realms setting than it might be in other campaigns. It's not like everybody's walking around with a bag of holding, you know? Anything that an adventurers are like wearing ransoms in magical items. It's just very uncommon for somebody in the regular day-to-day life of Forgotten Realms to actually have any of these things.
Like, this is my suit of +1 armor. It's made of literal diamonds.
I'm just saying, if Hawke hands Juniper a bag of money, she might like him a little bit more.
Suddenly, I don't worship a false god.
It's a tithing, right? It's for the church.
Whoa. Yeah. Oh, does your god give you 40 grand in coins occasionally? Yeah, that's
I'm
a
in the wrong
god.
religion.
That's a fucking
Listen,
god.
I literally have, like, budgeted out tithing money to the poor and needy
Yeah. I
as a
mean,
part of Hawke's thing. He's a bastard, but he still, like, goes through the motions.
We had an entire win. Like, this whole episode was a win, and I cannot believe it. It's like we have not had a session where we haven't insanely lost for so
No,
long.
but my love, that makes me afraid because what the fuck is gonna happen next session if this
Be
was
fair.
a shopping
Like,
episode?
so
So-
much
Siraye is
can
haunted
go
now,
wrong, but it's like
I am
we
haunted,
did
yeah.
insane amounts.
Yeah.
Like so much research. Rosee is like figuring shit out and like actually like progressing. We sold all the stuff that we had, and it's like we had an episode which is like, considering last episode it was like, do you want to fight the people who own this entire continent? And we were like, this sounds like a smart thing, sure. And then it's like the next episode is like, okay, so
Do you
far.
want to buy the entire continent?
Yeah.
It's like, we must fight God himself. Anyway, I'm heading over to the Kmart. Does anybody want anything? Some clothes?
I
A spell focus?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that you two should be in charge of negotiating with shopkeepers anymore. I think that it was hilarious, but I also think you made it way too difficult for yourself.
Yeah, I was going one way, and then like I was like, all right, we're going all in, baby. So
Well, look, as a dungeon master, I always allow you to try things, and I will
Right.
adjust the rolls. But sometimes you get to the level where something is so
Yeah.
against what a person
yeah.
would do that you can't like deception check your
absolutely.
way into convincing somebody to jump off a building or something.
absolutely.
You know?
I was not
Challenge
like,
accept. No.
You have to have a chance of success before I have you even roll at all. You know.
Yeah.
Even if it's a high chance. You know?
yeah, totally.
Oh yeah, no. Roleplay wise, like, wait, I'm very glad we got out of that the way we did.
The minute that the bird was like, well, how about this? How about you leave my shop? It's like,
You're like, oh fuck.
I was like, yeah, we've reached that area. Time for me to pull out the hole my wife got kicked in the head with the horse card.
Yeah. It's like in Skyrim where you've exhausted all of your chat options and now you're at the point where they're just hostile to you.
Yeah, exactly.
You were pretty much there with that shopkeep.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
We're
I'm saying
lucky
we
we
have
got that
a whole episode of wins, but like, your boy definitely saw June and Maglo.
Yeah.
Like, definitely knows who they are now, which means that there's now 4 people possibly marked. Of
They
2
also-
definitely, 2 people has been seen.
we also know that they saw you, but did they see the bones that are surrounding you? Like, do they know where you guys are? Is what I'm concerned with.
However,
That's a lot
I
of
rolled a
eyes.
disadvantage, and then I got a nat 20 and a 19, so I'm pretty fucking happy with that disadvantage roll.
You
Let's
did
just hope that
exceptionally well.
they just saw, my shame and not my love.
Listen, like, a lot of stuff. Worst case scenario, if they do know where we are now, I think we can bounce and possibly pay someone to give us a hand for a minute.
I mean, honestly, my recommendation was going to be, hey, let's find out who hates the Xanathars and team up with them.
I mean, I've just discovered that, like, I might not be able to fucking leave Rosie's tent. Like, we gotta figure that shit out before
You're
I'm allowed
under
to go
house arrest.
somewhere.
You're under house arrest, but you have to
Under
take
house
1d4 psychic damage a day talking to Rosie.
I'm under quarantine.
Doddle will
Oh
throw
no,
more
too soon. Too soon.
Real life imitates
Oh,
art imitates real life.
yeah, we're trying so hard to play a fantasy world, and I think I just accidentally turned it into the real world.
No, that's very cool, Nox. That's very fucking
I
cool.
love that.
Like,
I love
I
it.
appreciate it.
I had fun.
Yeah.
All right.
Alright.
Yeah, great
That was
session,
fun.
everybody. I'm going to end this
That was fun.
recording.
Yep.
Yes.
There
We have